A level means easy to come out, which means you can quickly fill up the shadow, which means you can quickly make him take off his clothes.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts. Heaven or hell.
Hey, what's going on, all my gamers, all my Zelda Zone Zero gamers? Chat, I wanted to talk about the Manato situation real fast. Now, if you guys don't know, Manato has been announced, his drip marketing was shown, and he has been shown to be an A-rank character. And there are definitely people who are upset about that. I personally don't know why you would be upset that a character's been moved to A rank, because that character is still going to be able to be used, right? I mean, in my opinion, one, this character is now easier to get. And two, if your character was really going to be useless, it would be a permabanner character. God, I wish they would have just made Dehya a 4-star, because she probably would have been more useful than she is now. Holy, I'm still not getting over that. But chat, I decided, because I seen how some people over here reacted, I was like, you know what? What if I asked the CN community, or at least the CN community that I have access to, which is Xiaohong Shu, Red Note. I didn't leave. You know how when people left for TikTok and then they went back to TikTok because it wasn't banned? I stayed. So I asked right here. I asked, how do you feel about, Monato being changed as an A rank? And so we got a couple answers here. We might as well just go through it. There's a lot of answers. I didn't know it was going to pop off this much, but I mean, they love Hoyoverse over there. So I when you ever make like Hoyoverse posts in on Chinese social media, it's gonna pop off and you're gonna get answers. So let's read a few of these. If 2.0 was released in 2.1 landed as a runner-up, there wouldn't be such a big grudge, but they kept hiding it until 2.3 and it still end up being an A. I think they're talking about how I think Manato was released or announced, not announced, but shown in 2.0. No, not even that. He was shown in like the promotional material, right? The video that showed for 2.0 once that update was coming out. It showed a lot of the characters that are going to be coming for 2.0 of Zelda Zone Zero, and then Manato showed up. I think a little bit in 2. He showed up a little bit in 2.1. Or are we in 2.1? Yeah. On 2.0, on 2.1, and he played a big role, right? And then they just kind of relegated him to an A rank character. So I get that. These are going to be a little bit hard to read, not just because I'm illiterate, but because the translation is not that great. I'm still trying my best. There's some of these where like, oh God, what did it say? When it appeared, I thought it was a kill at first sight, but it took too long and there was nothing else to confirm the male satellite. I think that means the male unit. So it felt a little unhappy. If I could follow the rhythm of Yuzuha analysis card pull, it would be much less serious. I don't know what that means. I agree. If in its bunny pawn, alas, let me see a little bit more, see if I can get what it says. I also think that it should be at least be released at the same time as Alice's other. Okay, so I think it's because he was released after Alice, and actually that makes a lot of sense because he's being released in a patch with I think the other spooky characters, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the other spooky squad characters, but they aren't Alice or Yuzu, which they are his teammates basically. They show on the screen, those three are together. They're like the three stooges of the spooky squad. Okay, here we go. The fundamental problem here is that there are too few male characters. If Chu didn't release any male character, if Zelda didn't release any male characters at the beginning, that would be great. Those who want to draw male characters will naturally skip this game, and those who want to draw only female characters will have more peace of mind. But Zelda Zone Zero shouldn't use Yuzuin, which, if you guys don't know, his name isn't Manato in Chinese. It's Yuzuin. They shouldn't use Yuzuin to attract traffic, and then release Hugo and do so much publicity to attract female characters, and then wait for everyone to arrive and then dig a pit and bury them alive to backstab them. Female players and players who want to draw more male characters are also human beings, and they don't want to be second-class citizens. Many players who draw male characters are willing to spend money to match them up for the male characters, and their spending power is not necessarily reflected only in the male characters of the card pool. The main contradiction is that Zealous wants it all, and they also create opposition between men and women. Damn ZZZ. This has to be one of the best statements I have ever read, and probably one of the best explanations for male and female characters in a gacha game, right? I completely agree. This is amazing. I've never heard it quite worded in such a great way, and this is kind of wow. I have nothing to add to that. That's just kind of nuts. I think that's perfect, right? Because the girls are obviously going to show up. The girls and whoever else is interested in, these characters, they're going to show out, obviously, right? Because, people want to spend money on characters that they like. I mean, sure, I'm happy, right? Because, people aren't happy with, what's her name? Yadara? I think it's how you say her name. They're not happy with her. I'm happy with her because she's a mommy character with huge tits. Like, sure, I'm being catered to, but this is a pretty good, I think this is a really good statement, I have nothing else to add to that. It's actually kind of nuts. Jeez. Why have you been holding it for so long? Why did you just follow? Why don't you just allow Yohai and get up together? I think this is a. Yeah. Okay, so this is talking about. Manato being released in a different section from Alice and Yuzu. Again, I agree with that. God, what's his name? I think it's Yoai. What is it? God, it's so Yoai Yuzin, something like that. You can look it up, and you'll find the simplified Chinese version of it, and then it'll show you how to say Momato's name. Maybe I'll look it up. I've never been the insider's words. Oh, I guess people were saying that. I don't know if there were rumors in China that he was going to be upgraded to an S. I've fallen for leaks too. There's still no word on who said that there was going to be a lot more Chrysos heirs with global passives. I have never gotten a name, and I want one, but I guess we'll just have to wait. I don't know. I was already an A at first glance. The insider said it was going to be upgraded to S, so I waited to find. I went to find the insider. Again, they're talking about leaks. That's why you don't trust leaks. It's better to make it an S so I can slowly accumulate resources. Oh, that's fair. If the decision is not satisfied with the A, please give more. This is just saying to give feedback to Hoyo. It's always A. I guess maybe some people are thinking that I'm saying that it was a leak. It's not what I'm saying. The bid guarantee can be used by others, which is a bit regrettable, but it is still relatively easy to get full life at level A, which they're talking about. You will be able to C6 your character that is an A rank, which I agree. That's what I say. The battle demo is obviously not S. If it was S, I definitely would scold it again. I guess some people not really, or I guess this person's not really feeling the what do you call it? Not really feeling the animations. I haven't seen his animations, by the way. I don't really look at leaks. As expected, but I am disappointed that there is a as expected, but I am disappointed that there is a male in 2.0. I think this is supposed to say, but I'm disappointed there is no male S in 2.0. I hope. I hope that's what he says, or that's what they say. Absolutely disappointed. ZZZ has been giving 0 male S rank characters, and now they making him an A rank. Oof. You know what? Some people I originally guessed it was an A. A lot of people are disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about this man himself. I am here to play action games and not fall in love. Damn. Brother, you're also calling me out on that one, dude. What did I do? But CZZ gave Zendo so many plots and other sources, but it was not to promote him as an S. I am little bit surprised. Well, at least a little bit surprised. So, Gendo is kind of a cool name. I'm not going to lie. I wonder why they didn't give him the name Gendo. They gave him a Japanese name. The insider has revealed a lot of information before. Why is there a quarrel now? I think they're mistaken as to where I got why I'm talking about it. It doesn't matter to me whether it's an A or an S. I only care about the character that touches my heart. That's fair. I like. Hold on, I like that. I think that's very, very. That's really I think that's all that really matters. Finally, there's a 6 drawn character clothes explosion pictures that I can afford. Now wait a minute. Huh? What does that mean? Fight directly releases his combat module in the game, plus both versions have not entered the pool, so I guess it would not be S. However, his ultimate move and skill are very cool looking. Looking forward to using his shadow painting. I don't know what that means. I still haven't seen it. Chat, don't take that as a fact. I don't want to get in trouble. The rest doesn't matter. The main thing is that it's uncomfortable to fish in a pool that you don't want to draw from. You're always gonna draw from the. Oh, it might be because of him being on someone's banner that they don't want to pull for. I completely understand that, especially if you have guarantee. Yeah, I didn't really think about it like that, especially if you have guarantee, right? But, I mean, we'll see how it comes out. Very disappointed. No tricks. Saved 128. Wow. Saved 180 draws and left 150 plus star and left 500 plus stars. And the final result is this. I don't want to say anything. I can only say that I am very disappointed. That's fair. Even with A-level expectations, it is inevitable to be disappointed. The combination of Gendo's appearance and personality is rare in the two-dimensional game. I especially like it. It's very rare to see such a touching character. I agree with that, actually. I do think that Manato is kind of... is he a rarity? Hold on, I actually have Pridewind right here pulled up. I'm sorry, I know we're veering off right now. If I were to no, I wouldn't actually. I was gonna say if I were to compare him to anyone, I would probably compare him to Anton. I feel like him and Anton would get along compared. He's probably like maybe lighter as well. I think I agree. Like the male characters are already a rarity, and then that super badass like Jotaro like character is a lot rarer. It could be fully filmed, but I wish easy success. It was an A with which certainly displeases many players who like and want male S, but it's truly an S, and the level of detail isn't quite up to par with other units. Overall, it's hard to rate. Disappointment. No trick. I can't see the PV I'm finding. It means it's easier to draw. I mean, I can get it quickly no matter what. I'm spoiled. A level means easy to come out, which means you can quickly fill up the shadow, which means you can quickly make him take off his clothes. All right, I think that's a good stopping point. Chat! So the consensus is that a lot of people are disappointed, especially in China. I don't know how to react to that, chat. I want to do more of these videos. I said that I was going to do it, and I was going to ask, the Chinese player base when I get if I get something that pops off. There are a few posts that have popped off. Maybe I can read them out later, but for right now, I wanted to read this one out. If I can get another one to pop off, I was going to ask about the designs of, was it Yijin, Ganyu, and Yadhara? But we'll talk about that another time. Chat, this is fun. I like interacting with the Chinese player base. Anyways, chat, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.